That's awesome. We're live. Well, welcome to the Assassination of Primarch Magli Blackice. But Magli Blackice is right now in the rear view mirror, for we are headed in the other direction. We are traveling by boat towards the Maelstrom. Because every fantasy world needs a Maelstrom. If your fantasy world doesn't have a Maelstrom, what are you even doing? What's the point? That's the point. The point is to have a Maelstrom. Anyway, these three fun folk are on a boat, the boat of a pirate queen, and she is taking them to a city that is lost to a maelstrom, a city that is owned and cursed by demons or something. Rumors about the city are abounded, and a city where magic seemingly works differently than elsewhere. A city that may be cursed. A city that was sold by the old queen, or sorry, old empress of the Tuan Empire. She sold it to demons, or at least so the story goes. What is there? What remnants are there even? What even is there at all? With us, as always, is our three fine fellas. Let's take a look at who these folk are and figure out what beliefs they want to fight for. Thomas, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is it your boat?
Boat?
Yeah, is it yours? Do you own the boat?
The boat that we're on?
Yeah.
No.
No?
And it's a ship.
It's a ship.
No, it's his daughter's boat. Ship.
It's his daughter's boat, but not yours. You don't own it.
No, he doesn't own shit.
Fair enough.
He owns a handful of pocket origami stars that he made out of ripped up paper when he was frustrated one day. That is his vast treasure.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about your beliefs.
All right.
What do you got for me?
I'm gonna get a little tactical, which may or may not have been expected with Boat, but I decided he needs to move on this now. His belief is, I don't trust our adversaries in Racy not to take advantage of our absence from the city to push through harmful policies like a draft. I will divert Kalier's attention in at least one other direction and cause as much chaos as possible for good measure.
Ooh, I love that. You have a methodology of doing this, I presume, through some sort of...
Yes.
I am very happy about this and very excited about this. I think that's a great belief. I am excited to see how that belief kicks in and what it does.
Me too.
Okay. Next up, Nia, playing Kaz.
Okay.
How's boat life treating you? Do you like being on a boat?
Well, the ointment helps, and there's some cool fish, so there's that. But as for what I would like to accomplish, probably gonna, not my usual style, not Kaz's usual style, but we'll probably do some information gathering, just to better arm herself to see how she can best protect everyone else. So probably talk to the crew, see where she can position herself. That would be most helpful. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so your goal, you want to interrogate the crew and look for the best way to protect yourselves from the maelstrom?
Yeah. Yes.
I wonder what will happen when Kaz is faced with defeat.
Oh boy.
He says, taunting you. And last but certainly not least, Faye. How does Juniper feel about water?
So long as she doesn't have to get in it, she's fine. Being surrounded by it is not too cool.
They've got alligators, you know.
Not in the ocean. Look, I only saw an alligator in the ocean once in my life. Okay, so
what is a shark but an ocean alligator anyway?
Okay, we will not discuss those, yes.
Also bastards.
But yeah, Juno's thing, aside from trying to get to know some of the crew because, you know, good idea, is to try to develop a way to shield her friends from negative emotions for the Maelstrom. So she's going to be doing some risque experiments today, hopefully.
And you're not going to be using the easy to accomplish, easy to do, low consequence of failure, level 2 spell, Calm Emotions.
Oh no, we're not going there.
No,
we're gonna
nothing.
go with the potentially world-breaking magic of intent that
Sure.
is much less troublesome overall, you know.
Well, I like it, and I am excited. And better than that, I caught my mute button before I coughed in everyone's ears. So that sets us up and sets us good upon our path to see where we go. So traveling you are, and time is going to be foofy, as I am fond of saying. By the way, my students yesterday requested that I add a silent K to the front of foofy. So for those of you playing at home, it is now spelled KPHWOOFFEIGH, just in case you're curious. Anyway, time's going to be a little foofy, so I'm not too worried about like precision, when things happen, what things happen when, because it's a little bit of a journey. It's a 2-week journey. And so these are going to be snapshots or scenes of things that happen along the journey. There's a storm in the middle of the journey, but it is not the Maelstrom. It is just a normal storm. And the ship is well equipped to beat it back, or rather survive it. They understand that they are at the mercy of the storms here. And more than that, Kaza seems interested in the storm and seems to do things to cause things to change a little bit. She kind of stands up there and waves her hands around and things move. It's subtle, but it is definitely noticeable. So over the course of this journey, we're going to have a series of scenes. Let's jump in to some of these snapshots. Who would like to have a scene first? Let's start with Juno.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. All right, so I think that Juno would probably try to recruit Thomas and Kaz to make sure nothing goes terribly wrong. And also because she has plans for them in this. So if Thomas and Kaz are available.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, she's going to try to do a twist on her level 4 spell, which is her sanctum, private sanctum. And she's going, what she wants to try to do using the magic of intent is to cast something similar to private sanctum, where it can be a place that you can actually walk into and all your emotions are muted.
Okay. Can you read me the text of Private Sanctum?
Yes. It takes 10 minutes to cast, blah, blah. It's 24-hour duration. You make an area within range magically secure. It's a cube that can be as small as 5 feet to 100 feet. Lasts for the duration, yada, yada. Sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area. It appears dark and foggy, preventing vision. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier at its perimeter. And they can't be targeted by divination spells. So what she kind of wants to do is to create this protective space that instead of having like that divination stuff, that can be kind of like go to the quiet space where you will be calm. So kind of like calm emotions, but in a like consistent, like that lasts longer, I guess.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
know I'm asking for a lot here.
Oh, but, I mean, you're pushing around with the magic of intent. I don't think it's impossible. I just have to check how I'm gonna rule this.
Yeah. And I think she would probably use her yarn again in this one because the components are a sheet of lead and glass and some cotton or cloth. So I think what she would do is she would use the yarn and a circle as the barrier.
Okay, so the goal is to create calm.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And you're trying to create it roughly. Are you trying to cover the whole ship, or are you just doing a test right now?
I'm doing a test in a small area, so it'll just be a 5 by 5 feet area. So, after talking to Kaz and Thomas, I think she would decide to do it in her bedroom, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does she get a room, or does everyone sleep in one place?
Thomas gets his own room. You and Kaz are rooming together.
Okay. Thomas, can we use your room? There's 4 of us.
1, 2, 3. Who's the 4th person?
I mean, there's more, like me and Kaz have a smaller... Okay, never mind. We'll use our room. Is that okay, Kaz?
If anything happens to that bloody mattress, I'm holding you personally accountable.
Oh, God.
Oh, be sure you want to do this, Juno, because Thomas looks like he's not kidding.
No swords on the bed.
Oh. Okay, so in that case, she doesn't want to die. So Juno is going to move it over to her and Kaz's room. And so you two are here so that I don't die. And which I'm sure won't happen. It'll be perfectly fine and everything will go very well. But, also for testing it out later. But, okay, so she's going to give it a try.
Okay, so calmness. We're going to rule that this is, for you, perhaps not something that you want, but unfortunately it is what you are attempting at this point. You are Juniper. Let me take a look at your character sheet. Okay. What's your implement that you're using to make this more effective? What's your physical thing?
She's using the yarn for the circle for the barrier, and I think that she would. I think that she would also try to. She's just gonna do weaving magic. I think that's just gonna be her thing. She's also going to use the. Use it in her hands to make a replica of the circle.
Mm-hmm. Do you have experience trying to calm people down before? Would you say? Is that something that comes up in your life? Like, are there angry people that are trying to get in to see your boss, Mela, and you're like, no, calm down, sir, or whatever, like placating people, or anything like that?
I think that, and also when Mela stepwise is in her grouchy mood. She kind of is good at being the person who knows how to calm her down, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so implement weaving experience. Okay. Why don't you roll 14d6 for me?
14d6. Okay. $57.
Yeah. Okay. So you see yourself weaving. And you see the barrier placed by this yarn. And you're used to magic sort of being flashy and big. And you don't see anything happen. But something happened. You feel drained inside a little bit.
Okay. All right, guys, this is where you come in. Make me upset. Say something mean.
Thomas, you're better at this.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Something upsetting.
She's just so fluffy. I don't know.
I can't. I physically cannot.
Juno, what's one of your flaws? Tell us all your weaknesses.
Should we say this here? Okay, let's think. What's upsetting? Okay, well, you guys are not helping. You guys just can't be mean. Okay.
Well, I can. And Thomas definitely can. But to you?
Again with this.
No, it's a good thing.
Okay. So she's gonna try to think about how frustrating it is that nobody's telling her anything and Sonara's side. And also, oh God, Stepwise may have a thing for someone. And yeah, she'll mention this to Thomas and Kaz, and she'll be like, so there's this guy that she's into, and that seems cool, and that's fine.
Who is
that's
it?
Totally fine. Oh, it's this guy named...
Is it a politician? A noble? Who is it?
Timothy?
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if he's a new dad in a couple weeks? When you
I don't think that would...
Maybe they all really came to Racy for the wedding.
Okay, that's starting to upset her. Okay, that's good. Keep going.
You know, if he's a doctor, I bet he's going to have access to Mellor's libraries in no time. He might even take over your study space.
My goodness.
If she weren't fluffy of pallor, it would go over the face. So she's going to step into the circle.
Yeah. The emotion washes away from you.
Okay, hey, it works.
You're kind of a little bit flat and affectless.
Okay,
you're not feeling excitement. You're not feeling, and you kind of feel dispassionate or disconnected.
Huh. Well, I guess I should write this down.
Should we ramp it up a bit?
I don't know. You should maybe get upset and come in. I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, that's my secret, darling. I'm always upset. Thomas joins her.
You feel all of the stress that is going on in your life, all the things that are pulling you in different directions. It doesn't go away or slip away, but it feels muted and distant. Almost like it's something that you can't even be bothered to worry about.
On the one hand, this is deeply disturbing. On the other hand, if you could find a way to bottle small portions of it, I think you're going to be a trillionaire.
We should probably leave just in case.
Whatever.
So she's going to step out and be like, holy shit. Kaz, I don't know if you want to try that.
Yeah, why not? And I'll step into the circle.
And it is that same sense that you have so much stuff going on, so much anxiety. It does not slip away. It doesn't go away. But it is muted. It's as if someone is yelling at you and you could turn off their sound.
Well,
you can still see them yelling at you, but it just like you can't hear it anymore. So what's the point?
Well, this is a bit underwhelming, but I guess it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, suppose we're under attack or something, or suppose there's things waiting in the maelstrom or whatever. Are we going to care enough to defend ourselves?
Oh, that's true. So she's going to try to throw something at Kaz.
What are you throwing? Is it a book? Is it a pillow? Is it a... What do you throw?
It's going to be a pillow.
It hits Kaz right in the face.
Oh no.
Hey.
Okay. So she is.
Your
Yeah, she's gonna throw
dissociation
another
bubble.
Hits her in the face again. She's gonna throw a blanket on top of her.
As there's now a blanket on top of you, but you just don't really care that much.
Eh.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab the ends of the blanket and I'm just gonna pull her out of the circle.
Yeah. And you physically drag Kaz out of the circle, and Kaz, suddenly you're tangled in this blanket. It's also like a boat blanket, so it's a little bit itchy.
Ah, my face. It's
Yeah.
on fire.
Sorry.
You know, the problem might be that she didn't really feel threatened by you because of your relationship. Maybe you could get some people to spar up on deck and see if they'd be willing to, you know, be guinea pigs. Maybe somebody else punches Kaz.
I do not want anyone punching Kaz.
I'm on board with it.
No.
I can take a punch.
Well,
Come
the whole
on.
point is to see if she'll defend herself. So potentially she
Yeah.
may not get punched, but
Okay.
Juno,
I mean,
can you
if
roll a
you're-
Constitution saving throw for me?
Ooh.
all of us are just Kaz.
Juno.
Just you.
Juno.
But you get a +4.
It's
I
true.
get a
Kaz is
+4.
next to you.
Oh. Okay. That does
Oh
nothing.
my-
I got a 3.
So 3 + 4 is 7. Okay, yeah.
at least there's a pile of pillows like right there.
You immediately suffer 3 levels of exhaustion.
Shoot. All right, I'm done. How do I dispel this? She'll collapse the circle in her hands.
It's gone.
And- yeah. Okay. That took a lot. That took a lot out of me. How about we'll try that later?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, much later. We've got 2 weeks. What's the worst that could happen?
Why did you just say that?
Why? Yeah, why?
Why? I could use that circle right now.
Oh.
Oh, fine, you babies. And he knocks on the bulkhead.
What are we doing? Oh, right. Okay, I thought you were calling somebody. I'm feeling a lot more anxious now than I was before. Can
maybe
I
you
use
should-
your bed?
Yeah, maybe you
You've
should.
got
lay
your
down.
own bed right over there.
Your bed's beautiful. Okay, I guess I'll just use my hammer. I'll use this hammer.
Come on, you big baby. If anything happens to that bloody mattress, I swear.
Thank you. You're amazing. Can you carry me?
Dibs out, Kazan.
Aw, all right. And I'll just carry Juno like fireman style.
Awesome. Over her shoulder.
Yeah.
All those tails thwacking you in the nose. Beautiful. Yeah. And Juno, you were put to bed. Was this, I assume this was early in the trip because you wanted to test this out a couple times?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Can you roll an intelligence saving throw for me? Or Arcana check, actually. I want an Arcana check. I take it back.
Okay, Arcana. Oh, that's an 11.
Yeah. Then I will tell you only this, which will agonize you but cause you but is also a clue. It occurs to you that if you approached the spell differently or tried to do something different, then it might be more manageable.
I will mumble this to them as I go to sleep in Thomas's bed.
Okay. Beautiful. Let's jump to someone else's scene. Kaz, what's a scene that you want to have? Let's hear what you want to do. Who you want to check with?
Okay.
Is this
So
early in the trip, middle of the trip, late in the trip? What do you want to do?
this is probably early in the trip because I think the first person I would go to is, well, I don't know who it would be, but whichever crewmate is more responsible for, I don't know, maybe arming other people or is more like combat minded.
Yeah, absolutely. Song is a heavily tattooed non-binary human. They are fond of long knives and weaponry of all sorts.
Okay, then I will seek out Song.
Hey,
Uh, hey, how's it going?
I like that horizon.
It's pretty endless.
Yeah.
Just keeps going on forever.
Not forever.
It feels like it.
Does it?
It does to me, someone who's a little bit more used to land.
Well, trust me, it's beautiful.
Well, I can see that as getting more used to it. But I am concerned about, well, many things, but one thing in particular. You seem like, you know, you can fight.
Yeah.
Uh, how does that
I
work
think
for
as
you?
as you're speaking with them, like they're casually flipping a dagger and doing like dagger tricks with their hands.
Oh,
Like
sick.
they're watching the horizon and not paying attention to them. The fact that they're like spinning daggers around their fingers and things like that.
Oh, okay. I just. So, how does that work for you on the ship? Was there like a learning curve? You know,
For what?
fighting, you know?
You're
Do you
asking
just
how I
get
learned to
used
fight?
to. Am I what?
You're asking how I learned to fight?
Well, I mean, like, did you just get used to being on a ship and then, your skills just carried over?
Oh, you're asking how to fight on a ship.
Yeah.
They look at you, and for the first time, they look away from the horizon, and they flip the dagger and catch it backhanded.
Well,
You ready? You got time now?
loads of it.
I'm on break. You want to spar a little?
Ooh, I have not heard that in so long. Yes.
She punches you. They punch you in the face.
Wonderful. Okay, so does it just land or do I have a chance to dodge?
No, I think I'm gonna roll to hit.
Okay.
But they have a nat 1. You dodge.
Sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
you almost got me there.
Good. And they pull out 2 daggers and are like holding them, ready to attack you. You want to roll initiative? Doesn't really matter. I guess it's 1-on-1.
Oh, sure. That is an 18.
That'll be my 14.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so we're fighting with real weapons, right?
I mean, they're holding daggers backhanded and tried to punch you. You can interpret it.
Okay. Then I will swing my longsword around. That seems really awkward. But I don't want to actually stab or do any damage.
Okay. Yes, you want to try and bludgeon with the flat of your longsword.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
Okay. 17.
Yeah. They duck underneath your longsword and then grab it between the pommels of their daggers and try to yank it from you. I need a strength saving throw.
Oh. 14.
The longsword goes flying across the deck and rams into the side of the ship. And they like look at you and they smile. And then holding their daggers up, they just tap a tattoo that's like on their upper chest that has like waves underneath it. And suddenly you feel like super seasick because you can feel your feet moving back and forth underneath you.
Oh, I'm not feeling great. is my sword within reach? Can I kind of like?
You have to get past them. They're sort of standing between you and the sword.
Okay, I'm gonna use my shield and just try and like push past.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you roll a athletics check to shove with your shield?
Mm. 13.
Yeah, there's a chance. Let's find out. Yeah, you're able to push them past. They don't seem to mind. They like flip. They like you shove past them, and they like they clearly try to resist you, but they fail. But they recover quickly by diving to the side, and then just as you grab your sword, they pounce upon you again. Can I get a dexterity saving throw?
Yes. Got some moves. Oh my god, natural 1.
Yeah, absolutely. They grapple you again, and then reach down to try and grab the sword from you.
Gosh. So they have my sword now?
No, they're trying to grab it from you. You still have a chance.
Okay,
Yeah, they've got
then
you grappled, but they don't have. They're like hanging onto your back right now.
Okay, I'm gonna just shake, 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 see if I can swing them off.
Yeah, roll acrobatics.
Oh boy, that's totally not a thing I am good at. 12.
Yeah, you're not able to shake them off before they are able to grab your sword, and then they release themselves from your body and start playing tug of war with your sword, and then they tap another tattoo, and again the deck seems to start reeling beneath you. Can I get a Constitution saving throw?
Oh man. Oh my god, an 8.
Yeah, you immediately lose control and start vomiting because the deck is so violently heaving beneath you.
Oh, not again.
They immediately stop and like hold your sword back and clearly like step out of fighter stance and like walk over to you and like push you so that you're leaning over the side and like hold your hair back.
Oh, dunk. This is not where I wanted this to end up, but if you can see my problem here, though I do feel like I wasn't this nauseous before. What did you do to me?
Yeah, and they tap their 2 tattoos again. And you see them glow blue for a second and then disappear. And you start feeling a little better.
Right. So, how did you do that?
It's a sea witch that we met.
Huh.
She granted it to me.
Sea witch. That just works on anybody?
Well, let's see. It's relatively useless except in certain situations, but sort of it forces them to experience a rougher sea than they are currently experiencing. But it only really works on one person at a time. You've got Porper's drugs helping you out?
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, it'll mingle with that a little weirdly.
I see. So, if a sea witch gave you the ability to do that, I'm guessing you can't also teach me.
No, but I can teach you to withstand it.
Oh, that would be so great because I'm really tired of just like hurling just all the time.
I've got a couple hours today, a couple hours tomorrow. How hard a worker are you?
Well, some would say I'm a pretty hard worker.
Would the captain say it?
Well, she doesn't really know me.
But she
Maybe if she did. Yeah, but I feel like that's because I'm Thomas's friend, just to be honest with you.
Got it.
Oh, but you should also, not to push it, but those dagger tricks, those are pretty cool too.
Yeah, why don't you roll persuasion? They're looking for a reason to trust you. They may or may not have recently been burned by a group of passengers on this trip who used mental magic manipulation to force them to betray their captain and were punished soundly for that. So they're looking for a reason to trust you. So why don't you roll a persuasion check for me?
Yep, here we go. 06.
I can give you a few pointers, I guess. Maybe you can practice on your own.
Fine, keep your secrets. It's fine.
It's not secrets, it's... Oh, man. An insight. I think I need to roll a saving throw. Oops. Not 1d20 equals 2. 1d20 plus 2. There we go. Okay. They're not secrets. It's just... Look, I don't know how much the captain's going to trust you.
That's fair.
What if I teach you this and then you use it to stab me?
I have no reason to stab you unless are you gonna stab Thomas or Juno?
Only if they attack us first.
Well,
Or you.
I don't see them doing that. So as long as you don't do that, I have absolutely no reason to stab
I don't have a
you.
reason to trust you, though.
That's fair. I mean, you gave me the time of day, so maybe after some sparring, you'll see what a trustable person I am.
Oh, God, they are torn because they definitely want to spar. I will give you another persuasion check. I'm not going to give it to you at advantage, but I'm going to give you another persuasion check.
Oh, come on. 23.
Okay. Fine. I will teach you.
Oh, yeah. And I just like fist pump.
But you're going to have to work hard.
I will.
Especially if you wanted to have any meaning before the maelstrom.
Oh, yeah. You'll see. I can fight way better than what I just did just now. That is not indicative of my usual talents. I swear.
Oh, it was good. All that big flailing with that awkwardly large weapon.
Well, okay, think for a moment. I'm over 6 feet tall. How silly would I look with a dagger?
I'm
It's like
6
a
foot 2.
thumbtack. Oh my gosh, you're so tall. I didn't realize because I was dizzy from the sickness.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and they start prepping you into like basically different fighting postures than you're used to. Training you to fight on sea, how to have your legs steady, how to survive, how to survive, how to not be thrown off balance, not by an opponent, but also by the ocean itself. And begin training. I want to have a test for this, and I'm going to do that now. I want you to see on how your progress is doing. I want a strength saving throw to test you. This is during the storm. You're kind of testing yourself during the storm because that's when it's at its most tense. Not the maelstrom, but the storm that we hit before the maelstrom. Okay. So I want a strength saving throw to see how your progress is going.
I don't suppose I could bless myself.
Sure.
Okay, I shall do that. And that's a D.
Would you typically cast bless to help improve the quality of your training? Then sure. Yeah.
I mean, why not? Bless me today. I will.
You got magic.
So
do
good.
It.
Okay. Oh, 23.
Yeah, so your training's going pretty well. I will roll with above a... I was actually going to say above a 22. So there you go. I will roll with an above a 22 that you hit your target. You are going to have advantage on saving throws against the sea and its elements, including the maelstrom, before we get to the maelstrom. Okay.
Okay, sweet.
There you go. Additionally, I'm going to grant you the ability. This is a pretty straightforward ability, but I'm going to grant it to you now anyway. You can forego that advantage to aid someone who would also need help who would need help within 10 feet of you.
Okay, got it.
So if it's a strength saving throw and you're like, I can handle strength saving throws straight, then you can say, Thomas, I help you. And Thomas will have advantage and you will roll straight.
Awesome.
Make sense?
Yep.
Then let's go check in on Thomas.
Boop.
Hey, Thomas.
So I think that before Juniper completely passes out on his precious mattress, he is like, wait, hold on a second. Where did you put that thing that I asked you to bring? Where is that?
What thing did you ask me to bring?
Please tell me you have Evangeline Corella's handwriting.
Oh, yeah, we agreed that I had that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
Oh,
Thank
right.
you.
Hold on. So she takes out her spell book and she kind of like flips through it, pops open the little rings, takes it out.
You have a 3-ring binder?
Her spell book is a 3-ring binder now, yeah.
I love that so much.
I love
so much.
Oh my god, I did not think Juno could get any more awesome and adorable simultaneously.
Has she got a trapper keeper?
She does now.
Do you have tabs?
Yes. For the different
How does
types
Juno
of
organize?
spells.
How does what's the organization? Is it by level? Is it by school? Is it cross-tabbed in some way? Is it by practical use?
It's by school.
Okay.
And I think that there are special tabs for like what they can be used for. Yeah.
Are there stickers for her favorites or her most used or something?
I think she's doodled on her most used.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cute.
That makes sense. Okay, you've got Evangeline Corella's handwriting.
Thank you so much, Ta. So if Juniper's in his bunk, then he doesn't have much choice but to take his show on the road and head up on deck. And I think that he has to blink a little bit because he's been down there for like 16 hours and most of it was unconsciousness. But he's going to try to find kind of an out of the way spot and a few pieces of parchment as well he would have grabbed from his scroll case. Oh, I keep forgetting to mention in stream, ever since Mercury brought the submarine plans, they've been inside the Soulwood box that they got from the Harbor Master's office.
Perfect. Will not be able to be divined.
Okay. So yes, he's got a few scratch pieces of paper and he's drafting a ransom note, just kind of, writing a few things out, trying different turns of phrase. And when he gets it like he likes it, he's going to try to write it. He does not have any experience with forgery or anything, but he's going to try to write it in a way that is unlike his usual handwriting and also incorporates elements of Evangeline Corella's. So that's what he's attempting.
Sure, yeah, okay. I feel like I want 3 rolls here. But actually, before I do that, can you tell me what is the hope that you want to have? What is the result that you want from this letter?
Well, a few things could happen that he's hoping for. One of the acceptable, or he would find any of these 3 outcomes acceptable. One, he sends this note, basically threatening to send these plans to every other organized country, including the Kava, unless the draft is basically put on hold indefinitely.
Okay.
And he's going to be sending it to Kalier when he's happy with it.
Okay.
He is hoping that either Kalier receives it and runs to Blackice, in which case the Ashen One will probably see it and identify Evangeline Corella's handwriting, or he will try to hide it from his boss and go straight to the Ashen One to try to help him cover his ass. In the event the Ashen One will notice those same elements, or he will try to keep it to himself, and the Ashen One spies will probably intercept it regardless.
You've got
and
a bunch
recognize
of good
those
options
elements. He's hoping.
You've got a bunch of good options here. I feel like I need 3 rolls. I feel like there's 3 components of this. I feel like there's intimidation, persuasion, and then a straight dexterity roll because you're not proficient in forgery tools to emulate. I don't know. So if you could roll those 3 things for me in any order.
So intimidation is 7. Persuasion is next. Persuasion is 15.
Success.
And a straight dexterity roll.
Yeah.
1 second. Scroll, damn you. Dexterity is 14.
Okay.
What's it look like?
Yeah. Well, why don't you? I mean, you can narrate what it says if you want, but we have the basic idea. But it looks like I think it to you right now, it looks like Evangeline Corella is trying to hide her handwriting. Like she's trying to hide it in code. You know, like she's trying to not look like it's from her, but it still looks like her.
Just out of curiosity, is Malik on deck?
Yep.
I think that while he's doing this, he's just gonna like be trying to catch his eye and just like wave and just kind of go back to writing. And
you hear a thump as Malik drops down from the crow's nest and comes over to you.
I was wondering if you're going to say hello.
Sure. Hi.
You don't remember me, do you?
Remember you? Thomas.
All right, just wondering.
How you doing?
As well as can be expected. How about you? What have you been up to? Oh,
you hear
now
from
and
the old
then.
captain?
Now and then. Loose touch. Doing well.
Sure. Those fish you're doing?
I mean, they usually are.
How do you do that, by the way? You never told us last time.
I have no bloody idea. Like, I really don't know. I don't even enjoy being on a ship. Maybe they're there in case I fall overboard or something.
Have you ever fallen overboard to test it?
Stay away from me. Stay back.
I wasn't going to push you. I was asking. I mean, it seems like in a world scenario, we could test it if you wanted.
No, I think I'll take a pass on that one just for today. With my luck, I'll be over the side at some point anyway. We're about to sail through a bloody maelstrom, so.
Probably
what
all
have you
die.
been up to?
Oh, you know, just sailing with the new captain, keeping an eye on her, making sure that she does good. She's been doing good though.
Nice. I know you wouldn't tell me anyway, but you're not like secretly reporting to Fabian or anything, are you? Because there's a definite aura of deception in this family lately that I am not a fan of.
What do you mean secretly?
Good point.
Fabian told me to keep an eye on his girl.
She seems to be doing well for herself.
Definitely. Yeah. I wasn't done adventuring. He was, wanting to retire. He offered me a spot on the island, but I said I wasn't done. And he said, great, I need someone who's not done. And I said, well, what's your job, Captain? You're still my captain. And he said, go report to her and make sure she's okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your service and don't get caught.
I told her. I figured that was safer.
You know what? You're probably right.
Figured she'd kill me otherwise. Her father would. So I figured might as well just say, hey, listen, I'm here and I want to be here and I'm happy to be here, but I'm here because, or at least in part because your daddy asked me to be here. And she said that I'd never be bosun and I'd never be first mate and I'd never be quartermaster. But, I'm here.
Well, I'd like to think that both of them are clever enough to not kill the messenger, but if somebody's going to be made an example of.
Hey, pirate way, right? If someone's gonna be made an example of, better that guy than me.
That's what they tell me.
Well, food will be plentiful, Liz. Thanks for that, I guess.
I suppose so. I really feel uneasy about eating those fish, but I suppose won't look a gift flounder in the mouth or whatever.
Oh, well, I mean, we had some this morning.
Yeah. No, I slept through that, but good to know.
We also are having some tonight. And
This
also
is going
there's
to be
some smoking down just in case they run out. Haven't
gonna be
so
a
far though.
fun 2 weeks. Nobody's been struck down by any sort of great celestial beam. Wait a second. Have you lot always eaten the fish that show up when I get on board?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I guess it's too late for that.
I mean, you were sick last time a lot, right?
Yeah, well, unrelated. Hey, take a look at this. What do you think about this? Does that look like my handwriting?
Do you have a sample for me to compare?
Yeah, I've been making all these notes. Be honest. Be brutal.
Well, you're not very good at threatening someone. Sorry, you asked about the handwriting, not the content. No, it looks different.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just saying, if I was going to threaten someone, I would, like, all these euphemisms that you're using here, they make it feel like, I get maybe you're doing something secret or whatever, but like, I don't know, it all feels very, like, sometimes the captain's like, I'm going to kill you. And you're like, okay. And sometimes the captain's like, I'm going to hang you by your entrails and then keel haul the remains of you and then chop you up and feed you the fishies. And you're like, oh, yeah, anything you want, Captain, I will accomplish it,
I think my problem is that I spend all day, every day making people who would rather strangle each other work together. And maybe that's bleeding in a little bit.
Yeah, steal from them. What would they say? Who do you know who wants to strangle someone?
I mean, I suppose you lot only spent a day or two in Racy. So, I don't know, the whole city's a bit like that right now, but...
Well, and blame someone in charge. That's usually the thing to do, right? What if you just, what's his name? The Primarch. Do you like him?
Hate his bloody guts.
Well, what do you want to say to him? Write that in the letter. I bet that's threatening.
All right, let's see about this. He goes back to his page of notes and he starts like practicing threats.
Yeah, perfect. Why don't you re-roll that intimidation roll? If you get in that one, I swear to God, you're gonna write, I'm gonna cuddle you with Juno's tails.
Oh my God. Can I use inspiration on this?
Of course.
Oh shit, that was intimidate. Oh my God, it's the exact same numbers.
But it's an 11 this time, and that is
my God.
definitively better. It is much more threatening. Not a little bit more threatening. It is now threatening enough to scare people. When it was a 7, it was literally like, it was like the comfy chair sketch from Monty Python.
All right. I don't know. I'm not confident with it, but with a shot.
That's better. That's an improvement. You gotta admit. It may be just that you're too nice.
I mean, I would be intimidated just by the knowledge that someone had gained information from me that they're not supposed to have, and they have that power.
Sure. That makes sense.
All right, give it a shot. He he's gonna fold the letter up on itself, and he is oh, by the way, he's the first person tense of the letter is claiming to be from a random thieves guild or something.
Sure.
It's like, we're not associated with anyone you know, blah blah blah. Like, attempts to bring the police into this,
man.
we'll send it out. That's I think that's the new intimidation thing.
You're doing this on the deck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Blade walks past you and glances down at what you're doing.
What do you think?
She says, who's the Thieves Guild?
I don't know. There's always a thieves guild, isn't there?
Sure, but which one are you trying to pretend to be?
I'm trying to make it anonymous. I don't want him to know.
That's not good. You don't want to pretend to be anonymous.
Well,
the whole point of the Thieves Guild is they can use their name as a reputation and then get beyond what they would do. People are then scared of the name. If you were anonymous Thieves Guild, then that just screams that you're like, some useless person pretending to be something else.
Well, I can't be an assassin because I'm not trying to kill anyone yet.
So what do you want it to be? What's your goal?
Well, the person knows that me and mine sneak about, and I want to throw them off in a different direction.
So you need a Thieves Guild to take the heat off of you.
Yes, or some other phantom.
Write down the fingers.
All right. He redrafts the thing and he puts it in there where it should be.
Yeah. She looks at it and she says, "Looks good. That's there's rumors that they're moving into Ray C, but they aren't. So you'll be building on those already."
If we weren't already so overwhelmed with cataclysmic events on a daily basis, I'd say why not? We're a perfectly respectable city to steal from, but fair is fair.
Broke.
Not for lack of trying.
Also, they're south of the Shimmering Seas, southeast. They're expanding, and they want rumors of their expansion to be there before they get there.
Ah. Noted.
They're coming. She smiles at you.
Oh, God.
Well, thank you for the heads up. I'll buy better locks.
Roll a perception check for me.
That's a natural 20, 26.
Yeah, beautiful. You
also, he has the observant feat, if that matters.
Even better, yeah, sure. Yeah, you notice that she's wearing a glove on her left hand that has 5 fingers, but you notice that the ring finger on her left hand is deflated, and it's definitely cloth with nothing inside of it. She's definitely missing a finger.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like there was something where like a ring would normally be and the ring was gone.
No. The ring finger is missing.
Okay.
She's got this hand.
Thank you so much for your sterling edification on the topic. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
No problem. She walks off.
All right. Now
cool.
he folds it up and he summons his air elemental. And actually, you know what? I think he actually regards the elemental for a second before he hands it over, and he says, "I've been terribly rude. Do you have a name? Can you communicate at all?"
It nods.
Is it able to be pronounced in the language I speak?
sort of shrugs, and then you hear rushing wind past your face, but you don't feel anything. You just hear the sound of rushing wind.
I suppose it would be, I mean, I've assumed this whole time that it would be pointless to ask you to go and see him, wouldn't it? I mean, you're a messenger, and if somebody can't take the message, you can't really communicate, can you? I mean, if you're made of air, who knows if you could even exist down there? You might be a cluster of bubbles and float away or something.
Looks
Sorry.
at you. It tilts its head, like questioning. It doesn't really know what you're talking about. I do, you do, but it doesn't.
Well, that's fair. You seem to be so aware of everyone I need these messages sent to. I just sort of assumed you knew everyone, but you know, thank you so much for what you've been doing, and if there's any way I can compensate or tip you. Do you eat anything? Do you need anything?
Shakes its head.
Oh.
It gets close to you, though. It's very weird seeing this like see-through, almost wind thing get close to you. It doesn't obscure your vision at all, but you can see that like everything in your vision has this like windy quality to it, and you feel pressure on your shoulders and on your back, and you realize that it's like trying to hug you, but it's an air elemental, so it feels a little weird.
Thank you.
It walks to the side and looks at the water and sort of like frowns, and then sort of looks back at you and shakes its head.
Thank you for thinking about it.
It nods.
Well, Kaylee's useless ass will be needing this.
Takes it, nods, and you see it start flying into the distance.
Thank you.
Doesn't reply. Okay. It's slightly early, but I think we should take our break there, if that's okay with people.
Sure, that's not terrifying.
Yeah, and when we come back, we'll do like middle-y scenes, middle voyage scenes, if that's okay. Okay, yeah, guys, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Hey everyone, we are back. As always, at the top of the second half of the show, I like to take a moment to say, hey, you, yes, you. There is other people in the world. I know that is hard to sometimes feel, particularly when the world is so incredibly isolating and lonely, and the agonizing pain of loneliness is endless. But there are other people in the world, and believe it or not, much like you, they crave some form of connection, some form of togetherness. So I want to encourage you to reach out to someone. I think that you can make an astronomically huge difference in the world by reaching out to one person. Heck, I don't even think it has to be that much effort. I think you can do one person a day and just share something with them. Share something for them. Share something that made you think of them. I don't know what that is. Maybe you heard a song and you thought they might like it. Maybe you were on a digital online art class and you painted a bad flower or something and you want to give it to them. Then mail it to them. Maybe you read a passage in a book and there's a quote from there that you thought they might like. And so you just text them that quote. Show them that you think about them. Show them that you care. I think that it's very fucking difficult to be a human being, and anything that you can do to alleviate some of that constant agony and stress is a powerful and beautiful thing to do. And I think that little things, little personal things, are frequently amazing and can mean so much to people. As always, there are other shows on this channel. We've got 3 shows on this channel currently. Our Thursday morning show, which was several hours ago, is heating up and getting all intense. They've got an Adventurers Guild Union that's being started. They've got a powerful magical item that's drawing attention from all around the world. They've got people who are cursed, who are giving rough choices. We've got people who are deciding whether or not they want to continue with the illicit and complicated and difficult and painful process of blood magic. A very tense decision has been placed before one of my players in that game. I'm very excited to see what they do with it, because if their character is feeling at all like what they are feeling, then their agony is delicious. Because they both very much want all the benefits of the blood magic and also are uncomfortable practicing it. And I think that is the perfect place to be. And so they are considering their options right now. Additionally, we have a game on Sundays at noon. You should check it out. Chosen Few, they're doing good stuff too. They're in Racy while these people are away. These people are away. They're traveling for a couple of weeks, and those people are there, and they're causing problems while they're there. They're doing all sorts of things. Mayhem. They're going to break into some rich person's house and steal people from them. It's not a good way to be. So come check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. And with that, let's get back into it. Okay, beautiful couple of scenes there. Let's shoot for some, I think, middle journey scenes before or after or during a storm. If any of you are interested in having a scene before, after, or during a storm, let me know. Juno, do you want to keep practicing?
Yeah, let's keep practicing. One thing that she might want to practice with Thomas. Sorry, Thomas, but this is a spell that you have. I'm not sure actually, because I'm thinking like she could either continue doing that spell or no, I think she'll continue doing that spell. I think she did want to check to see if other people have magic. Like, how many tails does Foxfolk have?
Fuzzball has 2 tails. Sorry,
Okay.
3 tails, officially.
3 tails. Okay. She may want to talk to him about that kind of magic that they use on the ship.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
To see if there's a certain type that
maybe like. Scene with Fuzzball?
Yeah, just to see if that influences her experiments in any way. If there's any advice he could give.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Let's talk to Fuzzball. So Fuzzball is like tying knots on the boat and looks at you and says, "Storm's coming."
Yeah, I noticed. Is there anything that I can do to help? I mostly do magic, but
Are you a sailor?
no,
Are you a weather witch?
no. I do abjuration.
Protection's useful. I don't know. And do you have like anything that protects from winds and storms?
She goes through her. She looks at her binder. Not particularly, no. I was wondering if you all like what kind of spells have you used that have helped you in this kind of thing?
Protection from energy is good. Do you have that?
Does she?
I don't know. Your call. I don't know what spells are in your spellbook.
Yeah, no, I'm checking. Nah, she doesn't. No, I can cause. No, I can cause lightning.
Water breathing?
No, Thomas says that, so I've been using him.
Well, that's useful.
But y'all just
Well, have you ever were you here with her when you went through like the big storm? The one that's different than this one, the maelstrom?
Oh, shivers. Yes.
And was there anything that proved useful then?
I don't rightly know. It's hard to say. Things were really scary. The Navy was on our tail, and we had no recourse. They were faster than us. We had taken on too much, and the captain saw an opportunity and just thought, it's a storm. We're good at storms. We know how to handle them. And so we turned into it. But once we were inside, everything was crazy. I lost sense of things. I couldn't. But then she grabbed me. She physically grabbed my shoulder. The captain. And I looked at her. And she said just 2 words. Have faith. I have no idea why that worked, but for whatever reason, I believed that she would see us through it. Oh, I knew there would be losses, but suddenly the deck clicked in under my feet. I could see where I was. I was able to see, okay, I've got a job. I can do that job. I've got this thing. I can do that thing. I was able to focus. And I mean, we lost people in that storm. But I knew I'd make it through. I knew that she'd see us through. She's a force, that one.
She seems to inspire a lot of loyalty. Does everyone feel this way?
Yeah. I mean, all of us who were there do, obviously, but even the newer ones, they get it. I mean, when you sail with her, you never know what's coming. You never know what you're going to see next, and yet you still know you'll make it.
Well, thank you. I think that helped. What made you decide to join her ship? If that's not too personal.
Oh, clears his eyes and looks at you and says, well, don't get all old school on me or nothing, but
Old school.
I'm in exile.
Oh. Like, how? Exile from Sunara?
Well, from my tribe.
How does that happen? Sorry, I'm not from, I was raised in Chalestra, so I don't.
Oh, well, sure. So, there was a... How much do you know? Do you know anything about Foxfolk?
I've met two of the speakers. The speaker of the trees.
Okay.
And yeah. Are they always so cryptic?
Yes, and they suck. Ours was a small one, not anything important. He was the speaker of ladybugs.
Oh.
Yeah. What?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
No, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, so speakers, I guess, have so you achieve the title of speaker and then are given a position based on sort of your own affinities and the more powerful the speaker, the more broad the domain. So someone like the speaker of trees would be like huge, but like a more normal speaker would be like a speaker of the sycamore, or a speaker of the elm, or obviously the great speaker is the secret speaker, right? The speaker of nature, or possibly the speaker of the world, depending on who you ask. But they're secret. They don't, you know, that doesn't actually exist. Probably it's more likely a rumor. So I I was a good little foxfolk doing my thing, and I fell in love, and they were like a neighboring foxfolk from a neighboring tribe, and I thought this was going to be great, but it was new, when one of us was spotted by an outsider, and we weren't supposed to be spotted. Not me and not my lover, just some random idiot got spotted. Some random foolish person, I should say. Sorry. And the speaker of Ladybugs said that we had to move. Well, I didn't want to move. My partner was there. And the speaker of Ladybugs said, well, the tribe is moving. You can move with us or you can stay. And I said, but the tribe doesn't need to move. It was just one sighting. The humans aren't that interested. The elves aren't that interested. The lizard folk aren't that interested. They've seen enough of us by now. We can ignore the need to hide, right? We could just be people. And the speaker of Ladybug said, no, you can't. We've got to hide. We have to leave. And I said, no, we don't, because I didn't want to leave my family. I didn't want to leave my partner. And, well, it got heated. And the speaker struck me.
Ooh.
And I bared my fangs. And, the rest of the tribe decided the fair punishment was exile.
Just for fighting back?
Oh, no, sorry, I bared my fangs. Right. We're not allowed to use our teeth.
Wait, seriously?
Not on each other.
Oh, yeah, that's new for me.
Yeah. And I killed him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. What
so
happened?
I was exiled. And of course I wasn't allowed to see my partner. And so I moved on. Life for me. Didn't know what I was doing. Went to southern edge of Sunera and saw the ocean and thought, that looks nice. Got into a lot of trouble. Didn't really know how societies worked. There were a couple of foxfolk around, honestly, so the speaker's rules on quietness were stupid anyway. But I got into a peck of trouble, and well, this woman came and said, "Hey, you look like you're in a peck of trouble." She got me out of prison, and said, "You can go where you want now." And I said, "Well, where are you going?" And she says, "Well, I've got a boat to catch." And I said, "Well, then I guess I do too, if you don't mind the company." And well, she took me in.
Well, that's a better ending, I suppose.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Taught me how to be a pirate.
That's true. It's funny, we actually have a foxfolk friend in town, in Racy, who we discovered having been imprisoned and had gotten into a little bit of trouble. And also seemed to have some issues getting used to how things kind of work in Chalestra versus Sunara.
It's not so much Sunara so much as like cities with people versus the Foxfolk Covenant, you know? Like,
Yeah.
when you're a Foxfolk, the tribe just sort of takes care of you. So, like, the idea, like, I remember how weird it was to discover that people, like, exchange something for food. Like, you have to pay for lunch or whatever.
Well,
It's such a weird concept to me. It's still weird, honestly.
No, I mean, that's true. So if a tribe doesn't want to help one of their own, like, does that happen?
What do you mean?
Like, if there's like, you know, they have too many kids and they need to move a child around to a different place.
What would too many kids mean?
I don't know.
We don't have like limits on the number of kids they can have or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just who you can have kids with.
So if somebody were to have kids with someone that they're not supposed to, what would happen to the child?
The child would be taken and the parents would be exiled.
Oh.
The child would be raised by the tribe.
What if, in what circumstance would the child not be raised by the tribe?
Do you not know your parents? Sorry, do you not know your parents?
No.
That's why you don't know anything.
Yeah, no, I was given to someone.
You were given to someone?
Yeah. From outside of the tribe. I don't even know if I belonged to one. Sorry, it's too deep, but
No, it's fine. It's nice to talk to someone else, I guess, although you're kind of not
unconventional exile.
You're not what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
You know. I was sort of hoping for like a smell of home, but okay. Never heard of that happening. No idea why it would happen.
Yep.
If you break tribal law, you get exiled. I'm living proof of that, but I can't imagine that they would punish the child.
Yeah, neither would I. I don't know if it was a punishment either. It's strange. It's all very strange. The whole thing's incredibly cryptic. I don't understand why people can't just be straightforward and say what it is. But
that's the most Foxfolk thing you've said today.
Seriously?
Sure. The only ones who are ever cryptic or secretive are the speakers.
Yeah. Someone suggested I could try to be one, and I was like, I really genuinely don't think that's even a possibility.
I mean, you're not a Foxfolk from their perspective.
No, I don't think so. Well, that's definitely given me some insight. God, I'm sorry it happened that way, but I'm glad you're in a better place. Yeah.
I've come to peace with it.
Yeah. Well, if you run into any Foxfolk who lost a baby, let me know.
Lost a baby.
Well, you never know. Hey, you could run into somebody just like drifting like driftwood, and you'll just run into them and they'll be like, hey, did you happen to have a child like, 7 to 10 years ago? And then just see.
Well, if that happens, I will let you know.
Awesome. I will be waiting for that message that will not come. All right, well, I will see you later.
And I think Fuzzball says to you something, and you don't understand it.
What was that?
He says it in a foreign language.
Is it a language I could at least recognize what kind of language it would be?
Do you know anything about the hidden language of Foxfolk?
I don't think I do.
Then I'm going to go with not even recognition.
Wow. I'll give him the universal shrug. I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, sorry. It was a typical Foxfolk farewell of it's stay safe, and I added lonely one because you say the tribe name.
Oh, well, hey. You too, and I guess this is your tribe in a way now. So, what's the ship's name?
The Carving Knife.
So, Buzzball of the Carving Knife, I suppose.
Fair enough.
And now Juno has an idea of what kind of spell she might try.
Okay.
But if we want to,
well, let's go check in with someone else first.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you. Cool. Thomas, how you doing?
Well, it took me 3 tries to unmute. That's how I'm doing.
Fair enough.
Honestly, there are several things he could be doing. I don't know if any of them would make a great scene. The looking out over the ocean is not as great and peaceful for him as it usually is, because he keeps wondering if he's looking straight through wherever his friend is and not even realizing it. So he kind of holes up in his cabin for a while, and I think he begs some tacks and a little hammer off of somebody, probably whoever the ship's carpenter is or something, and the walls become increasingly more plastered with lists of names, lists of meanings, different etymologies, different nationalities, and just kind of cross-referencing everything. And aside from that, I'm not really sure what I should have him do, because he could do a few different things. He needs to check in with the temple via dream at some point, and he would do that after a couple days.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. Make sure.
Okay. Sounds good.
He's going to try to start by checking in with Ivana. Okay.
So you enter into Ivana's dreams. You can shape this dream. Ivana's welcoming and expecting and welcoming of you. So there's no fear, and she just lets you in. Obviously, no resistance. What do you want to shape the dream landscape to look like?
It's a little cliche, but probably just the beach near the temple, just at a sunset, and just kind of, calm waves, warm sands, all that.
Well, this is nice.
What I haven't told a lot of you is this is my unsubtle way of checking to make sure that you get more sleep than I do.
Well, you have to be sleeping to do this too, right?
Meditating.
Well, that's no good.
there's not much else to do on a ship anyway, so I think I'm getting more sleep than I have in the last few months.
That is good. She bites her lip.
Is everything all right? What's going on there?
Everything we are responsible for is going well. But there have been a couple murders.
Fuck. Who?
Thomas, I have a question for you. I know you have control over this space, but just for my sake, do you have the power to hurt me while you're there through my dream here? Like, if you choose to just make this into a nightmare and psychically torture me, or is this like a safer space?
Well, for one thing, even if I did have the power to change it so suddenly, and I'm not certain that I do because I've never tried, I would not harm you in any way. I promise. You have my word.
Okay. Look, I've been working for you for a while now, but you are not my only boss, or you weren't my only boss. I was tasked with getting close to you and spying on you and reporting your actions. She looks really nervous.
Oh.
Who are you working for?
I don't know. Not entirely. It's all codes and secrets and scary things.
Scary how? Do they have something on you? Are they going to have they been threatening you to do this?
Yes, and they've told me that they have other spies that will spy on my work to confirm that everything I report is true, and if I'm leaving anything out, anything. But I figure they can't spy on me here, right?
Well, not as far as I know. Ivana, I've known more or less the entire time that you've been at the temple.
You have.
And I'm not angry. This isn't a pretense. There's
But
not
you
going to
promoted
be.
me. You gave me all
Yes.
that work.
You're good at what you do, and when I look at you, I see.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me
What?
now?
Yeah.
Oh, they lost audio for a second. I
Right.
just wanted to check and make sure my mic was good.
No worries.
When I look at you, I see so much potential. And listen, first of all, if I'd had you thrown out of the temple on day one, they probably would have sent someone else who wouldn't have been nearly as handy in everything we've just gone through. It may have been, don't take offense, a little better at being covert, so they would have been harder to catch next time. But when you came into the temple, you couldn't have known that you'd be here, in the time you'd be here, you'd be caught up in such a drastic situation as what we've been through and what we're still dealing with right now. But I mean, whether out of, necessity or bad luck or just a need to establish your cover or whatever, like you've been absolutely integral to the work we're doing here. And everyone who ran to the temple in terror that first night the covering came down, desperately needing help, people trying to reconnect and find loved ones and some semblance of healing or sanctuary. Everyone we've been able to help every day since then, even through the plague. You can, all the good success we've had, you can take at least 10% of that for yourself, because I mean, you've done what needed to be done when there was no one else to do it. And
But
I mean, without, sorry,
I didn't do it for them.
it didn't really matter. what brought you there. I mean, every day that you've been there and you've seen something that needed done and you've volunteered to roll up your sleeves and make a difference in the lives of the people around you. I mean, the community still looks to us. We're not through this by a long shot. Hopefully we get to the point where people can actually have days off and a moment to breathe, but hasn't it felt good to bring them home? I mean, do you see in the faces of those who already know your name, they come into the temple and they greet you and they, tell you that what they've been thinking about, or what news they have from being out in the world, the changes you've made and the changes you have yet to bring about. I mean, it's an incredible power and you have the opportunity to use it. Would that we were all graced with the serendipity to make a difference in this world.
Yeah, why don't you roll a persuasion check?
Mm-hmm. Nope, that's wrong. That's a 25.
I can't believe you're not mad at me. I thought you were going to yell. I thought you were going to use this dream world to destroy me.
Well, first of all, the fact that you've decided to come to me and let me know this, I mean, I can't tell you what a relief it is. Anger is the last thing from my mind. I'm just glad that you can have this weight off of your shoulders, and more than anything, I'm anxious that you won't agree to stay.
Well, I heard through my people on that side of things that there's a politician, one of the members of the council. She was killed.
Did they say who it was?
Yeah, it's all over the news. Corella, Evangeline Corella.
How long ago is that?
It was the news this morning. Seemed to have happened around 4 a.m. I think is what we heard from the diviners that went to investigate. Blackice is making a speech at a memorial service for her tomorrow.
I see. So they haven't caught whoever was involved.
But I think it was my side, or I don't know what to say. I think it was the people that I work for.
Well, that's actually highly plausible. She's been, if he was sent to spy on me, I know you may have found one or two things that may indicate that I'm not entirely above everything that's happening.
No, I figured. I've not been reporting things too. I've been avoiding mentioning some things. Mercury, has that hiding spot that I've never told anyone about. And your friends, I've never told anyone about. The weird one with the sword and the armor, or the foxfolk, or the tiefling. I don't know what you all do together, but I've never told anyone about them.
Well, if it's any consolation, we have been spending less time together out of almost necessity or survival, or whatever you call it, since just before you entered the picture. So although you are correct, it would make sense to the people you report to that we're keeping our distance from each other for the time being.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get in trouble for that.
Okay.
If you decide to stick around, or even if you don't want to continue at the temple, I don't know your faith, and I would never pretend to, but even if your path lies elsewhere, I hope that you'll stay around. You have a gift, Ivana.
She sort of looks down and doesn't look at you, but you can see her head sort of like shakily nodding. Just
And
hesitant.
we can figure out how to make it work. I mean, I don't necessarily want to put you in any amount of danger, but we can figure out things that you might have come across that are plausible enough to sneak by, but won't put you in an undue amount of danger. You know, just keep the suspicion low. But if you want to, how were they able to send you to us? You said they were threatening you. What sort of trouble are you in?
Don't trouble yourself with that.
I want to help you if we can.
You're away. Why don't you focus on your journey? You should focus on that. We can talk about it when you get back. It's not anything that's gonna change immediately, okay?
We are not done talking about this.
Fine.
Hey, chin up.
You see she's been crying.
Do you want to stay on this beach for a while? We can sit here and let you ease back into whatever dream slowly. Get a good night's rest.
That would be nice.
I'm proud of you.
You arranged this whole thing, didn't you?
Arranged this.
My whole journey. You were there at just the right moments with just the right comments and just the right prodding.
Well, I won't pretend mentorship is not in my wheelhouse, but all I did was hold the door open for you.
Shut up, Thomas.
Everything you did for yourself.
Yeah,
and you made that decision.
I did to spy on you was you forced me into learning to care about people. You
No, you can't teach that. That's part of being a person alive in this world.
But you intended for me to change.
If you hadn't wanted it, it wouldn't have happened.
That's certainly true.
I hope after all of this, you can still see your way towards calling me a friend, because that's certainly how I think of you.
I think she just turns and like attack hugs you and buries like her face into your shoulder.
He hugs her back.
It's been really hard to bottle this up this whole time, and I decided that I was going to tell you, but then you were going on the boat, and then I was like, well, I'll tell him when he gets back, but then I was like, well, what if he kills me? What if... And then you said you were going to communicate with the dream, and I thought that's a good way for people not to know that I've told you in case there are spy, and I was just... It's also very stressful.
I know.
This is
I understand.
Okay.
Even on top of everything that's going on in the city, you've been dealing with all of this, and you've still been doing such an incredible job. Look at you.
Yeah, but I mean, there are people who have it much worse off than me, and let's not forget that, because that's really important to remember, because...
Okay, well... That's not even productive. I'm not going to entertain that line of thought, because we're very productive people. And we're talking about you now. So, there.
Do you have total control over the stream?
I believe so. Like I said, I don't know if I can drastically change it, but we can try.
Can you give me a handkerchief, please?
He summons one, like a really nice cloth handkerchief.
She blows her nose.
Now that's biodegradable. It doesn't even exist. Look at that. No footprint whatsoever. The ocean is safe.
She sits on the beach and looks out at the ocean. It is beautiful. And I think that's where we'll end that scene, if that's all right with you. Guys, how you doing?
Woo. Okay, so I'm wondering, as I'm sparring with Song, do I get to know them any better?
Sure, yeah. What do you want to know about Song?
Just everything about them.
Just everything about Song. Yeah, I mean, I think Song is a relatively cagey individual. Eventually, it comes out that they developed a brief friendship with one of their previous passengers, who then used that friendship to manipulate them into a situation where they were supposed to be guarding something for the captain, and that person then cast enchantment magic upon Song, and Song may or may not have been like forcibly manipulated, and Song is now a little bit more closed off than they were before. But yeah, Song is a pirate, and with many tattoos, and has been with the captain for quite a while. She's one of the when they first joined the captain, they were femme identifying, but they are now confirmed as non-binary. They were very uncomfortable exploring that inside the confines of a rigid society, but it turns out that when you are outside the law, in some respects, you can push the bounds of what is acceptable outside. So this was like a big thing for them. They found their way forward through being outside of the rigid societal structures. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any particular reason. I just wanted to get.
Do you want to just have like a fun little conversation with them? Let's do a fun little conversation.
Sure.
Yeah. How do you want to kick it off? Well, I'll push it in interesting places, but how do you want to kick it off?
I'd say it'd be interesting if it was like in the middle of sparring, and then it's like very serious at first, but then I'll just interject with, so where are you from?
Nice punch there. What'd you say?
Where are you from?
Oh, well, I was I was born in Abarak.
Oh, I see. And and I'm still sparring, uppercut here, whatever. How'd you end up on this ship then?
Well, I didn't much like it, so I figured I'd leave.
Huh. I get that feeling.
Why do you not like it where you are?
I didn't like where I was. I like where I am a lot more.
Yeah. Abarak's a society that doesn't really like privacy. And then and they elbow you in the gut.
Oh, good. Nice. Yeah.
You want to take a breather?
No, I'm great.
Okay.
What?
Back up into boxing position.
Yep. Just gonna like catch my breath still anyways. Yeah, I get that feeling. I feel like I didn't.
Yeah, well, if a whole society has some degree of, psionic talent, it's hard to feel like alone ever, or like people aren't constantly reading your minds.
Oh, that's something. Man, I can't imagine what that would be like, not ever having a thought to yourself.
Stressful, right? Makes it really hard to answer questions when every thought around you is literally telling you who they think you are simultaneously.
Huh. I feel like that makes you like a really good well, I don't want to say lying, but like good at suppressing maybe your thoughts.
Got it. Punch.
Oof. Huh. I like your tattoos.
Yeah, they were a
Yeah.
gift.
Oh, a gift.
Well, a trade, I guess. I think I got the better end of the deal, so I'd call it a gift.
What'd you trade?
So much gold, more gold than you've ever seen, probably. Well, you're pretty rich, probably, but a lot of gold.
Ah. Does anyone on the ship do tattoos?
Why, you want one? I do some tattoos. That's why I got
Do
these, but
you?
these are done for me.
I'm just gonna completely stop. Yeah,
I think like they don't realize that you stop, and like so like you put your hands down and there's just like one more punch right across the face. Oh shoot, I thought you were blocking.
No, it's
Sorry.
fine. No, it's fine. I want a tattoo.
Sure. Yeah. You got I mean, I do tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I mean, to be fair, I'm not the only one that does tattoos. Blade does tattoos. Also, Kaza like sometimes enchants luck into tattoos a little bit, but doesn't do tattoos yourself if you want to, you know. What are you thinking? Got ideas? Do you know what you want?
Well, I just decided that I wanted a tattoo this very instant. So
Okay.
No,
Well,
but I think I know.
there's two options for that. Typically, I gotta say, whenever someone decides to have a tattoo, my first advice is just do it right now. Do it right away. Don't pause. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it.
Yes, I
Do it.
totally agree.
Perfect. Let's do it. What do you want?
I think I want the moon tattooed on me, like the phases of the moon. You know what I
Like,
mean?
okay, yeah. Do you want them like fading into each other, or do you want them? And are you thinking Thothru or Tikoru, the big moon or the small moon?
The big moon.
Okay, yeah, sure. And you want them like the phases of the moon. Do you want them like next to each other, like a diagram, or do you want them like somehow artistically fading into each other or something? Like what's your vibe here?
I'm thinking vertically, fading into each other, with certainly when the moon is at its fullest at the central point.
Sure, yeah. So we're thinking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're thinking maybe from new moon to new moon, 2 new moons and 1 full moon in the center.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. Do you want me to ink out the full moon like in like the full dark moons too, so you get like both sides of this, the duality of it?
That'd be sick.
Cool, yeah. Where do you want this?
Upper back, like left side, shoulder blade,
Do you want it going down or across?
vertically, so down.
Okay. And you want to go all the way down the side?
Yeah.
Let me draft some art for you. There's a storm coming, so I'm not going to do it tonight because I'll be on deck, and also you don't want to tattoo someone in a storm. But
Yeah.
we'll be through it tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited now.
Plus, I need just a little bit of time to draft the art so you can take a look at it and approve it. You know, I don't want to give you something and then have you not like it.
I'm sure I would like whatever. But yeah, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, of course. I'm totally down. Yeah. This is like an old tradition in, my family.
Oh, wow. Ooh,
There's a
now I'm
whole
even more
thing of
excited.
like in Abarak, you get tattoos sometimes to represent things that you do or aspects of your life or things that you've accomplished.
I see. Well, I would definitely say the moon holds some significance for me.
Cool. What does it mean? Or do you not
Um,
want to share? You don't have to if you want, but if you do, I might be able to incorporate that too.
I I'm like sitting here and I'm thinking for a second, wondering what I should say. Um, yeah, my mom reminds me is on the moon. I mean, reminds me of the moon.
your mom is on the moon or reminds you of the moon or is on the moon?
If I said that my mom is on the moon, would you just believe me without me like elaborating?
Sure.
Okay, then it's that.
So you don't want me to ask questions about that. Normally when people ask questions about that, like if you psychically read them, they're like, don't ask me questions. But then like sonically, they're like, please ask me questions. I want to answer questions.
No.
But I'm also like not sonically scanning you right now. So I figured.
Yeah, I usually say what I mean, and I mean like I think it's good at that.
Sounds good. You know, the old captain supposedly went to the moon.
I've heard. I don't think she met my mom.
The old captain, not this captain, the old one.
Right. I don't think
it was before my time, but you know, still cool story. This boat's been to the moon. That's the carving knife.
Yeah, that's I don't know what to say about that. But if you do plan on going to the moon again with this captain on this ship, then do let me know.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do. I don't really know how to do that, but I'll bear in mind. I'm gonna go do some sketching for you. That makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Okay. Practice the left foot slide that I was teaching you. And do a full review of every move that I taught you here on the deck during the storm. Stay out of everyone's way, but feel what it's like to do it with the water splashing on the deck and all that good stuff. That'll help cement your skills. Okay.
I salute.
And they nod and head downstairs to do some drafting.
Ooh. There is one other thing I wanted to do.
Go for it.
If there's time.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to find Poor the goblin, and I just want to see like what else can they do. Like, do they also do other medicines and stuff?
So you find Poor the goblin. Oh. Stomach's not bothering you, right? It worked, right?
It did. And you're a lifesaver, getting much better, getting the hang of it.
Good. I saw you sick earlier, but I thought that might be from
that was song, but it's fine. They're helping me out.
Good. They're good at that. They're good at that. I'm glad that they're helping you out. Gotta get your sea legs. Gotta learn how to be on the sea.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So while I'm working on that, I also wanted to come to you and so you obviously help me out with your ointments, but do you do like other medicine stuff? Like what's your, skill set?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So see, because I can also do the healings, but it's not like a knowledge thing. It's I can do magic. And I was wondering if there's a way for us to combine forces. You know what I mean? Maybe make your healing ointments or whatever more effective.
Okay. I like this plan. We're going into, the Maelstrom, so I'm not really worried about injury right now because more or less, I mean, not that there's not going to be the occasional scrape or bruise or something like that, but more or less any injury that occurs is going to be like just instant death.
Oh.
Like the most common injury, and he puts that in quotes, is going to be like falling overboard in the middle of a storm and then drowning.
Oh.
And us not being able to recover them.
That's wow. That's very
But the captain does have me working on some things. She's very smart. And she's working on some, well, she came up with this idea to sort of use one of my ointments to like it's like a focusing ointment that I have. Normally it's like a thing that you put on and like you see sharper, you see clearer. But she's asking me to sort of twist it turn it into something that makes you like not see clearer but think clearer.
Okay.
It's a little bit weird. I don't know quite what I'm doing, but she keeps telling me to keep trying it, so I'm trying it. I don't know. Do you have any magic that functions like that we could funnel into it somehow?
Possibly.
He smiles and you see
Um.
that he's got like several missing teeth, and like
Mhm.
2 of them are replaced with wooden teeth, but not most of
Oh.
them. Just like sort of
Huh.
arbitrarily too.
Huh. Okay. Um. So, would the function of this be to work in despite a condition that is affecting focus, or is it just like making focus clearer? Period.
Either would work. My stuff tends to improve the focus that is already there. It doesn't create focus.
I see.
Just like I just improved your stomach steadiness. I didn't create stomach steadiness.
I see.
Sometimes it's easier to improve something rather than to
Mhm.
craft something new.
Well, I don't have, other than my basic, I can bless things, but more effective than that, perhaps maybe I have magics that work against factors that may hinder focus. So instead of
That's
maybe,
interesting.
yeah, instead of, strengthening what you have, maybe I can bolster it with something else.
You could bolster it with something else.
Yes.
Okay. What are you thinking of? What do you have that we could use to bolster it? I'm excited. This is exciting to me.
Okay. So I have lesser restoration. Typically, the way it's used, it's to cure, a if you're having trouble seeing, hearing.
Right, that spell. Sure, yeah, okay.
Yes. So I think maybe that could work in a way.
That could work. Yeah.
My stronger spells, which I'm not sure how it would work, but I do have remove curse. I don't know if that would work in that way, but the way that spell functions is to remove deleterious effects. Other than that, I have
Depends on if the storm is a curse or not.
that is true, which is why I'm not sure.
I've heard it's
Um,
demons. Do demons curse
demons,
things?
demons.
Yeah.
I see. If it's demons, then in that case, so I do have a spell called Magic Circle, which
Okay.
we will have to kind of tweak the spell
Mm.
to make it work. But the way
Okay.
it works is it
Okay.
can keep out certain types of creatures, including demons or fiends.
That's interesting. How big a circle can you make?
10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder.
So not that big.
Not huge.
But if we could make that into a paste.
Yes, exactly. Somehow.
Or what if we made a paste? You can see the mind turning.
Mm-hmm.
I was on this boat long ago.
Uh-huh.
And on that boat, there was this, well, we found someone who was shipwrecked.
Mhm.
Tiny, I don't know. They weren't quite a fox folk. They were like a cat person from far away.
Oh.
And they had this weird ability to expand effects. Things changed around them. It wasn't always clear that they knew what they were doing. But what if we expanded your effect instead?
Hmm. That would be quite helpful.
How long does Magic Circle work?
Magic circle works for 1 hour. Well, I feel like that is definitely possible because to cast a spell, basically I need to create a type of paste, and then I use that paste to inscribe runes onto the floor. So if there was a way for me to make it effective in a larger diameter, then yes.
I might have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll need your help.
You have it.
Yeah, let's do some rolling here. If that's okay with you.
Yes.
Kaz, let's see. We are going to start with a religion roll, an insight roll, and then I'm sure your worst, a medicine roll.
Yeah. Okay. Religion, we'll see. And then okay, 15.
Great. Qualified.
Insight. 12 for insight.
Great.
And then medicine, oh boy. 9.
Oh, not so bad.
Okay.
Do you want to add a d4 to each of those because you can bless yourself for each of them?
I definitely do. So that's just going in order. 16 for religion, a 14 for insight, and a 11 for medicine.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a limited thing, but you gain the ability, you now have enough paste, and the paste is sort of thicker and more like it drags out. Like it's normally like Play-Doh, but now it's like silly putty.
Uh-huh.
And it drags out further than you were intending, than you normally intend. And he says, "Now that we're gonna try this, and we're gonna need as much magical power to make this work as possible. See if your friends have any spells. I'll talk to Kaza, but we need to pump magic right into this thing if we're gonna make it work.
Okay. I'll
And
see what
it may not work.
Well, it's worth a shot.
It really is.
Awesome. You're kind of amazing.
For what?
For this. You just know how to do things.
I mean, I understand sort of core principles, and I like experimenting with them.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what you mean.
Oh, just take the compliment.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see how this works.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I miss that little cat.
Did you know their name?
Mochi.
No way. I mean, I don't actually say that. Oh, what a cute name.
Yeah. Fun times.
Huh.
I was, well, it doesn't matter. The ship's gone now, so,
Gone? Like gone? Or can we help you reconnect with your friend?
Oh, I think he went north or something. There was a couple of people who went north, actually, from that ship when it sank.
Oh.
We survived, though.
Oh, okay. But you haven't heard from them since.
Not for a while.
Huh.
He went with a friend of his, though. I'm sure he's fine.
Oh. Well, if I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Key.
Okay, let's check in with Juno.
All right. Juno was going to do her own spell experimentation, but if they need help with this one, I can do that instead.
No, do your own.
Okay. So Juno is going to, instead of doing the sanctuary the way it normally would be, she's going to work on her knowledge of the fear spell.
Okay.
And there is a heroism spell, but that's for like paladins and bards. She would try to do the inverse of fear, which would be like inducing bravery or courage or something that would like prevent you from being frightened.
Okay, so you're trying to invert the fear spell for a group of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this case, she would probably want it to just be herself and have somebody there to make sure that she doesn't do something drastic, like, you know, be like, I'm so brave I can climb the rigging or something.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so she's gonna try.
So you're trying to make it so that you suffer no fear, basically.
Yeah, where you're fearless for a little while.
Cool. I need to look at your core stats. Sorry for 1 second. I just need
to move you around. You're good.
Nope, no worries. I just want to look at things. Okay, fear. Awesome. Well, your baseline is going to start better than before, so that's a good thing to know. And what's the difficulty of this spell for one person? That's good. Okay, one person self is the easiest. It's beneficial that you are trying to create here. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. There we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. There we go. How long do you want it to last?
I'd say she's gonna go for 10 minutes. And she'll try to use a focus again for this. Clean thread this time.
Okay.
And try to I think weave like a braid or a knot to like signify I'm making it stronger.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. Can you roll 18d6 for me?
Okay. And also Thomas, can you be there?
I mean, I haven't been in any rigging since I was 15, but sure, I'll stand on the deck and offer moral support.
Thank you. That's a 54. Oh, that's a lot of ones.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this. You feel like you don't have total control of the spell. Okay. You feel like, for whatever reason, you are unsettled. But it works 100%. You are fine. You feel like this spell has much more potential to escalate. Like this is much. It's an easier spell to control. You just did less well controlling it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like if you're a musician and you're sight reading a piece of music. There's a difference between sight reading a piece of music that you cannot play and sight reading badly a piece of music that you could play. This feels instantly closer to your wheelhouse. There's things that you might be able to come up with that would be more to your wheelhouse even than this, but this just feels instantly to your wheelhouse. And your immediate response is heroism, confidence, no fear.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I feel great.
What do you want to do?
Punch an alligator.
Oh my.
Yeah, we could just go all the way back to that basement that we were in before, and I could just like punch all of their alligators.
Wait, I thought there was only the one.
Well, and it was crocodile.
Details.
Yeah. But Yeah, no, I feel super great. Do you want to do something? Do you feel like going on a run? I feel like going on a run. Let's find Kaz.
Let's do find Kaz. Kazan, I have something for you.
Oh, I'm conveniently here.
Hey, Kaz.
I'm conveniently gone.
What's going on?
You're muted.
You're both muted.
We're both muted. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I think that, like, I'm starting to turn the corner on this one. Honestly, I did this spell really badly, probably. Like, it really sucked. But, you know, honestly, like, I'm not afraid of the side effects. If the side effects last forever, hey, I'm good. You know?
Do you feel like you're maybe a bit too courageous?
Too courageous? I don't know. Can you be too courageous?
Yeah, you said you're not worried about the side effects.
Well, you know, this is good. You know, why don't I try doing some more spells? Let's start doing some more. Let's do some more experimentation.
Are you up for it? Do you feel up for it?
Good question. Physically, do I feel up for it?
You feel fine.
Yeah, I feel great. Like, maybe if I make it like a protective spell, you know, that's not necessarily infusing bravery, but protecting you from fear, that might be a possibility. Do you want to not be afraid?
You know, since I turned level 10, I mean, I didn't say that. I just kind of emit courage. You know, people around me tend to be unable to become afraid. Is that helpful?
Yeah, no, that is. Ooh. What if we made you like a beacon? What if we extended the radius?
Disco ball.
I feel so special.
No, you really are. Because I mean, you know, when you did that whole thing where you like glowed and we cured the plague, and she's saying this like out loud around everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we could do that because, you know, the magic of intent, right? So if I help you, but is this like a thing that you just do without thinking? Or is it a deliberate choice?
It's just my pores, you know, I just emit bravery.
You're so cool. Okay. Well, I don't want to do anything that'll change your pores.
Yeah, God forbid. God's forbid.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, you're great. You know, I bet I can do this. I bet I can use... And she's going to whip out her wand. And she's going to try to see if she can use it as a focus the way Kaz's mom did. To see if we can expand that field.
So you want to try and expand Kaz's field?
If no one stops me.
Yeah, I love this. Okay, so you are feeling currently brave. You're using the focus that your mother gave you, and you're trying to basically increase the influence of Kaz. Is that correct?
Yes.
Her mother?
Or Kaz's mother.
Right. Okay, so what's your hope for end goal here?
I'm trying to temporarily expand her aura, so it's within 10 feet. Mm-hmm. So maybe like we're gonna go 15 feet.
Okay, yeah, roll 22 dice.
How many dice?
22.
22 d6s?
Mm-hmm. $75. Nice. You first of all, it seems to be working. You even sense that if you were to spend sort of a point of energy within you, a point of luck within you, it might work even more. Basically, if you were to spend your inspiration, it would work even more. But right now, it's definitely working.
Oh wow. Thomas, come over here.
Thomas, as you walk forward, you feel like this aura of like confidence come over you.
It must be Tuesday.
Anybody want to feel like confident so I can write some notes on this?
Yeah, several of the ship's people are like in like just by virtue of the fact that they're moving around and you're on the deck, they like walk into it and sort of pause and look and walk out a little bit taller, a little bit prouder, a little bit more on top of it.
All right, yeah, she's gonna write some notes. She is so stoked. She is on this. She's like, man, we're gonna keep doing this. This is so great. She starts writing notes, and I don't know how long this first spell is that she did.
Yeah, no, you've got 10 minutes on that confidence still.
Yeah, so I think she drains the confidence a little bit by working on her notes.
Yeah. You feel no side effects.
Wow. Man, it must be proximity to you, Cass.
I do. I mean, I do think the aura isn't magical. I think it's just me.
It really is just you. We're just expanding you. I wonder if we literally expand.
Don't do
I
that.
think that would be so cool.
No,
Just
but
think
like
about
if you were huge.
What if I was 12 feet tall?
Oh my god.
Tip over the bloody ship.
Thomas, we should do that.
Mm.
I don't even have confidence anymore, and I'm all into this. But I think there's a spell. I think there's a spell for that. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't have my books with me. I only brought the weird book. Juno would have brought the strange book on the magic of intent. And
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Can you roll? I want an Arcana check for you, actually. Sorry.
Yeah. Arcana. 20, natural 20.
Yeah. That book is interesting. It's calling to you. You can sense that there's some sort of tug that it's trying to pull into you.
Oh, hold on. So I'm gonna just sit down next to Kaz, and I'm gonna whip out the book.
Yeah. It seems to want to open it to a specific page. Page 423.
All right, I do it.
Yeah. It says, "Hello, Juno."
Oh, that's dangerous.
The handwriting is this curly, elegant font. Clearly, like everything about it screams upper class and well educated.
Okay. Hello? Or should I write back?
I'd prefer if you wrote, please. I can't actually hear.
Yeah, she'll whip out her erasable pencil, and she'll respond with a hello. May I ask who's speaking?
My name is Lady Gianna Strega.
And that's the author, I assume. Have you infused your essence in this book, or are you in this book?
Neither.
Are you communicating through this book?
Yes.
Oh. By the way, when Mela was talking about this book, did she say that it was like ancient?
Yep.
Ah. Okay.
Ancient. Ancient is a strong word. No. She said it was probably farcical, because it's only the maelstrom is old, but it's only 400 years old, 300 or 400 years old. So ancient is not a word that she would use for it. She would use ancient for other books that you've seen.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Was there something you needed?
Oh, I just wanted a chance to speak with you. You're experimenting with things of my interest, shall we say.
Oh, yes, I am, with mixed effect.
You give yourself too little credit. I had a student who learned not nearly so fast as you. And they had the benefit of my extraordinary guidance.
Huh. She doesn't write that. Who was your student, if I may ask?
Oh, someone trapped with me. No one you would know.
Trapped? You're trapped.
Well, I am dead. Well, I'm between death.
Oh. Are we talking undead?
Oh, I am a shadow, shall we say. A memory
Juno-
of what I used to be.
She was thinking lich. Okay, oh. How are you trapped?
It was my own fault. This magic that you dabble in, this power, this ability to use your will, your intent to shape the world itself, it can corrupt you. At first you won't mind. It seems like such a small sacrifice. Who cares if you, well, in your case, lose a tail when you have others?
She looks back at her tails.
For me, it was a finger first. And then an aura I couldn't seem to shake. An aura of, well, people thought that I had malevolence towards them at all times. I worked hard to circumvent that as best I could and maintain my beauty. But no, it failed. And my student Camilla was useful to me. She helped me. But we could not overthrow Mazatir. And eventually, my traits became too much, the corruption too far, and I fell into shadow and only pseudo-being.
You said you were trying to defeat Mazatir. Is this the name of the corruption, or is this an actual being?
I wanted vengeance on Mazatir.
Why?
He betrayed me.
Did he cause the corruption? Did he make it worse?
No intent caused the corruption. It is innate to the magic itself. It's slow, and I will admit that it is more likely to affect you if you act out of selfishness, pride, or greed. Mazatir, though, he convinced me to bring him forth fully manifested into the world. He convinced me that it was the best way to defeat Ogthith. But I did not realize that I was but a pawn in their game. Me and Georgie and Fierlith, we were all just game pieces to them.
Were they gods?
If you still believe in gods at this point, then you are foolish.
You know what I mean. she'll write like what are called gods.
No, not that powerful. Demons. At least so they self-identified. One of them made a deal with the old queen, I discovered eventually. A deal to own Caprina, this beautiful city. First, they brought the maelstrom, constant rain. Then they secretly smuggled in those with the knowledge to build the city deeper under the water. Towers that extended down rather than up. That's where I lived. That's where I grew up. I never knew life outside. Not outside Caprina. Not outside the storm. Some people even didn't think it was real.
Is it still like that now?
I don't know.
You're not trapped in Caprina?
I don't know fully where I am trapped.
So is this a warning?
Think of it as you will. A warning or an offer.
An offer for what?
You seem intrigued by what these magics offer, but your understanding is limited. It is, well, you're clearly smart, and I believe that you could, without a doubt, figure this all out on your own. But by that point, will the corruption have grabbed you? With my guidance, we could begin to uncover these secrets. We could begin to show the truth of the whole world to you and worlds beyond. The very framing device of the architects themselves.
And if the corruption took you, how do I know your guidance would prevent it from taking me?
The writing on the page becomes suddenly more angular than it was before. And it says, I would not wish this torturous half-existence on any person who had not deeply crossed me.
I do not intend to do that.
You have not even lived long enough to do it. It is for Mazzetir that I long, not you.
Okay. Is this the only book you've written that you can communicate through it?
It is the only one written that you have. It is the only one that is outside Caprina. But my studies into magic were deep, and my library, while protected, has not been tapped yet. I could show you how to get through the locks. A library full of spells, full of magic, full of both your paltry ways of learning spells and casting them, and also my writings on the beauty of intent.
And what would I need to give you?
2 things. The agreement to work hard and not waste my time. And you will help me destroy Mazzeteer. You should feel free to roll an insight check if you're interested in any of this.
Yeah, she's gonna roll an insight. I wasn't sure how you could roll an insight for a book. It's 16.
You can analyze the handwriting. I mean, at this point, she's just communicating with you, so it makes sense to...
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not a nice person. I think that's been relatively established. This is a very, 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 very vindictive person. But you have not pissed this person off yet. You, as far as they're concerned, are an avenue for them. They will probably treat you well because they treat their tools well. But you are an avenue for vengeance to them, not really anything more or less than that. So if you think like that is as trustworthy as they get, they will treat you well because they treat their tools well, not because they value you as a person. You could potentially get into a position where you change that, but as of now, at least, that is how they are viewing you.
Juno's going to write down that she needs time.
Well, if you need time, you need time, but I will admit to a certain degree of eagerness, not many come my way. And you are the one who is dabbling with magics that I know. I'll be here, but you should probably decide soon.
She's closing that book.
I think you see one last thing and it says Juniper, but then you're welcome to close it or finish if you want.
I'll finish reading.
If you say yes, I can get you through the maelstrom.
She's going to close the book.
I love that this whole conversation is happening. Juno's like writing in this book and leaning on Kaz's shoulder and sitting on the deck of a ship that is like recovering from just having gone through a storm. And like still has some of the confidence, but it's sort of slowly draining. A lot going on.
Hey, Cass?
Yeah. You good?
I think I might be in trouble.
Oh no. What happened?
The book wants to make a deal with me.
I think, I mean, you can tell me more if you want, but I think
she'll tell her.
Yeah, I feel like so many deals have happened. I mean, I support whatever decision you want to make, but
yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna be difficult. She said she could get us to the maelstrom.
See, that worries me that she said that. Offering such a tempting deal.
Because if I reject it, what if she makes the maelstrom worse?
I wonder. But don't put yourself in harm's way because of that. We're working on things.
That's true. debating whether Juno would make this choice yet. I think not yet. I think it would have to get more dire. She's going to keep the book for now.
Yep. Sounds good to me. And, I mean, I can't imagine that we need a different ending than that. So I think that's where we'll call today's episode. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to call today's episode. That was a lot of fun, guys. Let's hand out some of those juicy experience points. Wham, bam, thank you, everyone. Give me 1 second. Okay. Did we learn anything about Magli, his conspirators, blah, blah, all those sorts of things? And I think the answer to that is yes. Mostly because of Thomas. Thank you, Thomas.
Yes.
Thanks, Thomas.
Someone actually got assassinated this week.
Holy
No.
crap.
Actually, don't let me forget, 2 people got assassinated this week, but only one of them was reported. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
But Ivana said that a couple people were killed, and she only mentioned Evangeline Corella, so she knows.
The other one was not named, but Kellier was also killed.
Shit!
For failure.
Who?
Oh my god!
Who? Kelly?
Killier.
Who's Killiard?
No, Killier is the fucking Commodore of the fucking Telestran Navy.
Oh.
The one that we've been playing psychic games with. Okay, excellent. So we did that. Anyone have any cool character moments this week that we want to give an experience point for? Did you express your character's class, species, or background in a meaningful or impactful way? Anyone want to nominate anyone?
I mean, we gotta talk about Juno's entire
Everything.
scene. Everything. I mean, the whole session was pretty much
Seems
spent.
plural.
Yeah.
That wizard shit.
Yep.
Let's give you points for the scene at the end. Having a discussion with a powerful being that feels very wizardly. Whatever that being may be. Who knows? Excellent. I totally agree. Faye, do you want to nominate someone?
I would say Kaz for the assist as a paladin.
I strongly agree. Yeah, paladining up the protection E skill things. That was awesome. I love that. Becoming big. That was awesome. Awesome. Kaz, do you want to nominate someone?
Yeah, Thomas with the really came in clutch. Found out all about what's happening back home.
Yeah, things keep changing. Okay, Thomas, did you overcome a meaningful obstacle or impediment? I mean, if you don't say it, I'm gonna say it.
Well, what did you see? Because I have an idea.
You literally spent months trying to gradually turn a spy and then succeeded in this episode.
That is true.
Okay. You have another one you want to give me?
He was, well, I mean, I was going to say if it was like not like, I don't know, going off on her or lording over it over her or something, that at this point that was not a thought in his mind. But yes, definitely I was not even thinking about the process and about like the continual having faith in her. So yeah, now that you mention it, actually, that was difficult.
Yeah, you spent months doing that and then did it. That was well done. So many rolls. I think there was. I didn't have a tally somewhere, but I think there was somewhere around 15 to 20 rolls involved in turning her. Kaz, did you overcome an obstacle or impediment?
No, I did not.
Okay. Fair enough. I disagree.
What do you think?
I think that literally you established narratively that a major impediment to you was your seasickness. And then you literally went out and found someone who trained you how to deal with it.
I guess so. I wasn't sure if that was completely settled yet, but I guess it technically was. Oh yeah, I did.
There's
get
no
the-
more roles pertaining to it, so like it may technically happen next episode, but I feel like you did it this episode,
Okay.
right? So I don't know. I'm giving you credit for that if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought that wasn't settled yet, but if it is, then yes.
Yeah, no, the role was to see how long it would take you, and the answer was less than 2 weeks. So
Okay.
less than 2 weeks, you will have it. So I'm calling it done. Excellent. Juniper, Faye, what about you? Overcome an obstacle?
I think an obstacle was introduced.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
I can totally see that. And then what about people's beliefs? Anyone accomplish anything? Faye, you want to start there since I'm going back and forth?
Yeah, I think so. Juno was going to work on. Oh, my brain turned off for a second.
So
Yeah, she was going to be doing magical experimentation on calming emotion, and she did technically do that.
Yeah, she did several different versions of it and worked on it in different places. It was great. And like approached the problem from multiple different angles, both calming and heroism, and then potentially a deal with the devil. Who knows? Not a devil, whatever. You know what I
We'll
mean?
see.
A devil metaphorically, not actually a devil. She is exactly what she said she is. Kaz.
I'm working on it with the magic circle.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a great idea, and I'm excited to see if it works and how it works and all that good stuff. And Thomas.
Yep.
Yep, I think that worked. I'm not certain it worked exactly how you wanted it to work, but it definitely worked.
I mean, on paper it did. He caused an amount of chaos and subverted the draft, at least for now.
That is definitely true.
Oh God.
Yep, Kellier was pushing for the draft. Kellier is now dead. That is
Shit.
that is good. That is good for you. They're also for obvious reasons, as I'm sure you can guess. They are covering up the murder of Kellier right now. But I will even inform you that like their first instinct is, ooh, you know what we could do? We could make this murder look like it was done by the Kava. So that may happen.
God, I'm so tired of that song.
I know. It's even funnier.
Playing that song.
It's even funnier because the people in the Kava game just are, shall we say, on a there's a group of people that are in the Kava and they are on a roll, and they are the Kava is like definitely not going to be aggressive, but they are going to defend their borders. So it's frustrating. Whatever, we'll see what happens. You're going to get a psychic message soon, Thomas.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just so you know. Okay, there you go. Guys, thank you so much for playing. That was a lot of fun. I hope that it was a good game for you. I loved the heck out of it. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Please check out some of our other shows on this channel. We've got shows Thursday, and Sunday. And I think that all of them are really fun and worth checking out. Yes, go live good and happy lives. And as always, the best advice that I could possibly give you is don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.